Hey guys, so today's video is one that I actually filmed like 6 months ago, so I wanted to intro it for you just so there's no confusion about why I have green hair again. Also, it was filmed pretty recently after I had taken out my snake bites, so you'll be able to see that a little bit. If you want to know the story behind all of that and why I had snake bites for one video, I did a whole story time about it and it's on my Patreon. You can find the link in the description. And lastly, I'd like to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, Function of Beauty. So a huge thank you goes to Function of Beauty for once again sponsoring me and my questionable hair choices. I've talked about them before, but if you haven't heard, they are the #1 in customizable hair care. They use high quality and clean ingredients, and they never use parabens, sulfates, GMOs, or toxins. They're 100% vegan and cruelty-free, plus you can choose a silicone-free formula. And of course, you also get to choose the fragrance, how strong it is, or if you want it fragrance-free. You also get to totally personalize the aesthetic by choosing the color of the shampoo and conditioner. Plus they send you free stickers, and they have new ones for winter. So I've been really happy with my hair care from Function of Beauty. It feels really good to know that the products that I'm using not only aren't destroying my hair by being too harsh, but they've actually made a noticeable difference in how my hair and scalp feels. So for me, my hair type is wavy, my structure is medium, and my scalp is oily, which is actually different from what I had in the first round that I ordered, which I'll talk about in a second. And my hair goals are anti-frizz, color protection, oil control, soothe scalp, and thermal protection. So like I mentioned, I did change the formula of what I have because the first round that I ordered, I filled out my profile in the winter when my scalp was really dry. And then in the summer, my scalp started to get a little bit more oily. And so I decided to just test it out, see if I could manage it better by changing my profile, and it made a world of difference. I've actually continued to use this formula even though we're now in November, we're getting close to winter. So there's actually a chance that maybe I just filled out the quiz wrong the first time. Oops. But luckily, Function of Beauty doesn't lock you into anything. You can change your formula at any time, especially if you're like me and change your hair or your hair goals often. On top of shampoo and conditioner, Function of Beauty also offers additional hair care products like a leave-in treatment, hair mask, hair serum, hair mist, and then also body wash and lotion. So if you haven't already guessed, I really enjoy using Function of Beauty. To be able to customize your hair care so specifically is just so nice. And the fact that I don't have to worry about if there's any bullshit in the ingredients list is just such a relief. So click the link in the description for 20% off your first order. Function of Beauty already offers the best value in custom shampoo and conditioner with the lowest price per ounce. So combine that with my discount and you'll be getting the best deal. So thank you again to Function of Beauty for sponsoring this video, and now let's see what I did 6 months ago. Hey guys, so today's video is not one that I thought I'd be making, and it's a little bit impulsive. I had the idea for it last night, and today I checked to see if I had the supplies, and I have pretty much all of them, kind of, as you'll see. So after watching a bunch of YouTube tutorials, today I'm going to attempt to dye my own hair with the watercolor method. Now the watercolor method is a hugely popular method for dyeing wigs and extensions because it is super easy, super fast, and in theory it uses less dye than what you would normally need. To me, it honestly sounded way too good to be true to actually work. It literally looks like magic. I had to see it to believe it, and it is so cool to watch when you have somebody with a bunch of blonde hair dipping it into a fucking Tupperware of purple water, and then all of a sudden it's a beautiful purple wig. Super cool. So I was thinking, in theory, it should work for our own hair that's still attached to our head, right? And so I saw 2 other videos of people who had done this, and I watched theirs. It was successful for them. I guess spoilers, but it worked for them. Like I said, the method is super easy. All you need is your hair, your dye, a container, and hot water. So I'm gonna try it. But the reason why this is not as common of a thing for people doing it themselves is because you need really hot water, even boiling hot water, to do this. But the one thing that I'm a little bit nervous about, a little bit not sure about, besides, you know, things going drastically wrong, is the amount of dye that you need. So like I said, this video was very not planned, and I have like half a jar of this no longer just this dye in here, and I have like the tiniest amount of Manic Panic, and I think this is my really old stuff from like 2017. I'm not sure if this will be enough for what I want to do. In a lot of the videos that I watched, people were dyeing like full sets of extensions, and so I'm only doing like half of my hair. I will show you. So this is what I have to work with, and the green color isn't that bad. Like I've had way faded, way worse green. This is just a little bit dull, a little bit drab. So I just want to see if I can freshen it up a little bit. But back to what I was saying, I don't know if this amount of dye is enough. Some people say that they just use half a bottle of dye. Some people say they use 2 bottles of dye still. Either way, that's still kind of like less than you would think you would need if you're just straight applying onto the hair. So maybe this is enough dye. But ultimately, this is gonna be a total experiment. I have no idea if this is gonna work. Comment down below if you already think you know what's gonna happen based off of what I've said. And so to prep, of course, I have to make my dye and water mixture. I already washed my hair, but I didn't use any conditioner, so there's no product in it. But what I'm gonna go try to do is fill this with hot water, throw in as much of this dye as I can, whisk it all up, and then dunk my head in it. So, let's see what happens. Yeah, let's just try it. Fuck it. Okay, so I have my hot water and my dye. I'm in position, I think. Have my gloves just in case. I'm so curious to see how this is gonna work out. I also have my phone. I'm gonna put a 5-minute timer on. I'm gonna try to like stay dunked in for as long as I can, I think. Yeah, shit, I think it's go time. So hopefully this won't be the most awkward shot ever. But if not, it's in the name of science, and I hope you enjoy anyway. Time is done. Okay, so I guess that's been 5 minutes. There's definitely a part of me that wants to just like see if I can go until the water's clear, but I don't know if that's possible. Also, my legs hurt, so I kind of want to stop doing this. Okay, I think I'm gonna be done. So I'm just gonna squeeze all the water out as much as I can, and then I'm gonna think about what I've done. That was really uncomfortable. It does look pretty green, but I know that wet hair looks darker, so I think we're just gonna have to wait for the results on this. But yeah, I'm very curious and my body really hurts, so I think I'm just gonna swirl it around a little bit more, and then I'll rinse it with cold water, and then I'll let it air dry, and then we can see what happened. Okay, so time for the big reveal. Let's see, how did it turn out? So, I think it kind of worked. The only reason I'm hesitant to say yes or no is because now I can't quite remember what my hair looks like, but good thing I made a video because we can just put them side by side. So first I'll just show you what this is looking like. As far as I can tell, it's relatively even in terms of like the color deposit. Back here, it is not as colorful. So I definitely knew that the way that I was putting my head into the water, that this hair was not soaking the entire time. But that's fine with me. I was more concerned about getting the ends of the hair and kind of the front of the hair. I'm somebody that if the back looks kind of fucked up, I'm less worried about it because out of sight, out of mind. Somebody walking behind me might not like it, but for me, I never see it, so I don't really care. So after I edit the comparison, the side by side together, if I have any extra thoughts, I'll throw them in here. But as for right now, I'm pleasantly surprised with the outcome. Just because there was a part of me that was expecting it or preparing for it to not have worked at all and to have been a total fail essentially, just due to my supplies on hand. So all in all, I would say that it has been a successful hair dyeing experiment. My overall thoughts on the process is that it's just super cool. The total amount of time that it took me to do this method was half, if not less than half the time it takes me to do my normal type of dye. So if you're somebody who is just looking to do one color, who's looking to do a dip dye especially, I would recommend you at least try it out. If you feel comfortable to do so and confident that you can do so safely, you know, not use boiling hot water that's gonna touch your scalp. If you're trying to dye your entire head, I'm not sure I would recommend this because it was really hard to get all of my hair in there. A lot of my roots were just dry. They didn't get any water on them. I've seen some people talk about that if you have like a sink or if you have like one of the like hair salon hair washing sinks, to maybe use that way to try to like actually soak the entire head if that's what you want to do. But especially if you're trying to do a dip dye or just have like super long roots like I do, then this could work for you. So yeah, I would definitely try this method again, especially if I have like enough dye to put in. I really want to try it on a wig because I think that is the best use for this method. So hopefully I can do that and test that out with you guys someday. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for coming along with me on this hair dye experiment journey. I hope that you guys had fun because I sure did. Don't forget to leave any tips or tricks for this method or just for hair dyeing in general down below. Thank you again for watching and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!